What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones the card game, 2nd edition tournament video for you, coming from AFK Games in Holt, Michigan, brought to you by these people that support the channel at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. If you'd like to donate, hit the link in the description below. And this one we have AJ playing Stark Fealty against Marc, playing Tyrell, Wars to Come. Got the Tyrell deck on the left, Stark on the right. There's that sexy mat from the regional prize kit. All right, for setup on the Stark side, we got Tumblestone Knight. It looks like a Heart Tree Grove, Winterfell, and that new location that does the standing, gives the gold, Northern Armory, I believe. On the other side, we have a Scheming Septon. We have the High Tower to start here. Oh boy, and a Redwind Straits. So if a Nothing Burns Like the Cold is in the Stark deck, I think we're going to see it flipped here, since he can hit his Northern Armory, because I don't think that's limited. No, it's not. And he'll hit his opponent's High Tower, but that's not going to happen here. We have a Noble Cause and a Time of Plenty, so they'll both be drawing an extra card, and the Stark player is looking to reduce the cost of a Lord or Lady he plays by 2. So it was interesting to see the Stark deck showing up at regionals lately. I was not expecting that in my practice, and trying to catch my wife up on the game who hadn't played in a long while. She took a break from the game, got her back into it. She came to this regional with me. But when we were just practicing, trying to get her caught up on the meta, like Tyrell Wars was a deck that she played. And we played around with some Martell Wars and some Targaryen, you know. But we weren't looking at Stark at all as something that I thought she would see. But here it is, and we got Arya coming into play there, getting her dupe ability on her. Got a Rose Road put out there for a limited. And Arya is a lady, so she gets the 2 reduction off the plot. And we have a Fealty deck, out of all things. Fealty's not something you see much lately. And we have a second Northern Armory out there, which makes sense. It pays for the econ. It's a loyal location. And if you haven't seen the previous games from this tournament, they are in a playlist up on Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. Go check those out. We got lots more coming, so make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. And we got a Begging Brother out there now with 2 gold bestowed on him and no gold saved on the Stark side. It's loading up that Begging Brother just to cancel those Mace triggers, or I guess, yeah, only Mace triggers is really what you want to hit. Not High Tower. I was going to say High Tower, but he doesn't hit locations. What is he thinking? I guess he could cancel that Scheming Septon out there. That would be interesting. Great haul for the limited on the Tyrell side. Does he have a big unique he's going to drop into play here? So Arya's out there with stealth. Yeah, the Tumblestone Knight with military, so he's got to get some military claim on the board here, or prepare to ambush something in, I guess. Needs a military ec on the board, though, but I guess at least 2 to block the unopposed on that. Or you put Large Marge out there and throw out a Lord, and then you're good to go. Gets a gold and a card there off High Tower. I just need to throw out a cheap Lord, and he's set up. And that might normally scare the Stark player from doing military, but the Begging Brother with the 2 gold on it kind of shuts down March here. And that would be well worth spending a gold off that Begging Brother to cancel that. Then again, Nightmares is a thing. We'll see if this Tyrell deck's playing it. Right now he needs something out there. Yeah, I don't know. See how he handles this here. The Stark player is definitely going to be able to put some pressure on. And Sir John Fossaway
challenge?
I have none.
But Sir Fossaway there is just a knight, not a lord, so no Margie trigger. That's okay.
I'll start with a military challenge.
So here it is, military with Arya, Stealthing Fossaway, of course. No gold on the Tyrell side, so should be no shenanigans.
I'm going to try a challenge action.
He's going to trigger the Scheming Septon.
So that's still part of the cost, right? Because
Cost is draw 1 card, gain 2 gold.
Okay.
Then place on top of your deck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cancel that.
Yep, it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something you'd want to cancel really, but he's going to take the card and get 2 gold here. Put that guy on the top of the deck. And we'll see what he does with the 2 gold. Maybe he's got something to ambush in here.
Here comes Informer. Or Informer.
And the Old Town Informer.
Gold. Draw a mystery card.
So he's going to do the gold and a card there off Hightower, of course. During the challenge phase, as a Tyrell character comes in, limit once per phase on the Hightower.
So no reactions, unoppose, claim.
And he claims the Old Town Informer. And the Stark player will take it unopposed. And I'm sure AJ will assess his hand to see if he wants to go in on the intrigue.
Let's go ahead and do an entry.
And he's going to do it. Begging Brother coming in for 3. He's going to try to force someone to kneel out there. Maybe Marge will just block it, get some renown. Not sure how many cards are in Marc's hand, the Tyrell player, but he may need to pitch some anyway. And maybe he doesn't value really what's in his hand. He might just let this go through so he can do his own challenges.
Stay unopposed.
And he is going to do that. Goes unopposed. AJ will take a power.
Let's get something good out of this 9-card hand.
Yeah, 9 cards in hand against the Scheming Septon,
And
which was probably the one that popped to the top of the deck there that he drew with the Hightower.
Power.
And a power of the Tumblestone Knight. Just gets the unopposed. And he's just going to leave himself open here, I guess. But he does have those Northern Armories where he can kneel them to stand a start character. I don't think now is when he wants to use them.
Cards in hand.
6.
Let's do the military.
He's going to start with the military here with Sir John Fossaway, of course.
Want to use your armories?
Yeah, he's debating those armories now, but I don't think now is when you want to really use them.
1 gold. Unopposed.
It's not that impactful right now.
No reactions.
And the Tumblestone Knight's going to eat the claim. Still has a gold on the Tyrell side, so he can definitely take dominance, I'm assuming. So he should...
Power.
He's going to do a power, actually, with Margie. I think you go for the intrigue.
And yeah, unopposed.
Okay.
And he's going to trigger the Winterfell there at the start of the power challenge. Doesn't want any superior claims popping off, I guess. And Marge will get the renown there. Dominance goes to the Tyrell player, like I said. And 5 now on the Tyrell side. And we got 2 power on the Stark side.
I think I have to discard 2.
Sounds like 1 card to discard for taxation on the Tyrell side. And we have the Montreal, Quebec Regional coming up July 21st at BD Cosmos. If you guys are in the area or can make it up, you should go. I should be there, assuming everything aligns. That is in like a week and a half from recording here. But I will be there trying to get some videos for you guys. So subscribe, stay tuned to the channel. We got lots more Thrones coming up, and then a Rochester Regional, and obviously Rochester, New York. After that, at Millennium Games on I believe August 25th. I should be there. Always love going down there every year. So if you want to come and play some Thrones, get on some videos, or just say hi, head on out to either of those regionals. Try to get some decent numbers. We had 30 players at this Michigan regional, which seems on the higher end for U.S. regionals recently. So that was pretty good. And it was even competing with another regional that day where some of the players who usually go to Michigan went to that other regional. I forget which one it was. So we should have had more players if it didn't conflict with another regional not too far away.
Choose 3 to show you, right?
A political disaster here on the Tyrell side into... What is that? Is that Breaking Ties on the other side, I think? Oh, it's False Spring, sorry. Yeah, I played with that card in my plot deck at this regional. I like that plot. Get some information, pitch a card. I mean, when they have like 7 cards in hand, it's not the craziest plot, but it's interesting to see what they show you. So Flea Bottom, Old Town, and Ellery, Tyrell are what he's showing there, and he's going to take the character and discard her.
I think I get rid of
Hightower?
Hightower for sure.
For sure.
So the political disaster, thinning out the locations there. Marc joking about getting rid of the high tower. Obviously, he keeps the high tower in the Redmond Strait, so he's back to where he started. And on the other side, we still see 1 Northern Armory kept there, and Winterfell. A lot of political disaster in these Wars to Come plot decks. 7-10 plots. It's a plot most people wouldn't put in a 7 plot deck. It just doesn't usually make the cut. But now that everyone has 10 plots, they're just throwing in these in their deck, and you know, your opponent gets crazy on locations a little too early, and we got a location reset slapped on the board, plus other resets they play in the deck. So it's definitely very interesting kind of toolbox plots you see now. So Rose Road for the limited to start here on the Stark side. Stark player going first. He's kneeling his house card there for Fealty, spending $2 to put a Wolf brand, Mr. Direwolf. And we get a ward taking Foss away to the other side now.
Check. Hit 4 and 2.
John, why aren't you a direwolf?
Game's the direwolf free.
So some more stand here in the Stark deck in Bran Stark. You're able to kneel him to choose and stand a direwolf character until the end of the phase. That character gains a challenge icon of your choice. Works great with the direwolves that have Intimidate on them. Which I'm pretty sure was a theme of this deck here. From what I saw at the tournament. I didn't have to play AJ, thankfully. I didn't do that great, so I was in the lower tables all day. Flea Bottom on the other side now. And he's got some targets in there. Looks like he's got a Scheming Septon and a Garden Caretaker, I think. Marc here counting out his gold options, what he has in hand, what he can play, what he'll have left over. I'm sure his opponent's paying attention to this. Not that it really will change much, but might give some more information of what's in hand.
Man, Wars to Come got really good when you could include that many Clash of
Yeah.
Kings.
All the Clash of Kings. I think I do that guy for 2.
So another Scheming Septon is back.
Draw a card.
Triggers the high tower, gets a gold in the card. Great haul.
Tap the Great Hall. Number 3.
And we got Paxter Redwin in play.
That is what we got.
Sure, this is not the board Marc wants to have here.
Have no pre-challenge.
No military icons on the board still. And the one he did have is on the other side, becoming a traitor. He's now playing for the Starks. And here he is, going to come in on the challenge. Or not. Now, there is a Lord in play, but that Begging Brother's still out there with 2 gold on him, so I'm sure the Marge trigger will be canceled if Paxter Redwin is chosen for claim. Arya's going to... Oh, and Winterfell blocks the Marge trigger, so he's going to do Winterfell here on the military challenge with Arya. It's 3 strength Arya. She's getting the +1 off Winterfell. He has no gold to bring anyone in off of Flea Bottom.
It's going to be unopposed.
No defenders on that.
Claim.
Most likely going to just kill the Scheming Septon. Unopposed power for the Starks. And Paxter is chosen as claim anyway.
I have nothing.
I think Marc wants the Scheming Septon's ability to get some extra gold.
Or plus Winterfell.
Draw another card. Fossaway getting the bump off of Winterfell since he's got the Stark affiliation. And he's going to come in on the 5 strength Intrigue. Scheming Septon blocking the unopposed. And claim is a Renly's Ride. And a Renown for Fossaway since he's got that extra strength. Oh, man. And a power challenge with Bran for 3.
Power.
I think you just block with Marge. Take some power on the defense.
Block. No shenanigans. You got it. Same here. And that's my challenges. Over to you. Seems good.
So now challenges for the Tyrell player. I'm sure he's going to try to trigger the Scheming Septon, which I'm sure AJ will let go through. Does he have anything in hand he wants to use, or does he want to bother with Flea Bottom, or just keep the Septon out there for protection from a march to the wall on Marge?
I got nothing. Dominate me? Yep.
Yeah, dominance to the Starks.
Five cards. I'm good on 4 and 4. Person, oh, you were good. Yep, you just Time for Wolves.
So time for Wolves into close call.
Choice again.
Start player winning initiative here. His choice.
You can go first.
And he's choosing the Tyrell player to go first.
I'll move a guy and not draw, and then you get to do your thing.
Since it's a winter plot, no draw off close call. He grabs Summer to put a Tumblestone Knight back in his hand.
You good. Draw. Yep.
5 for the butt. Shoot Rose Garden.
So Rose Garden here for the limited on the Tyrell side. Tyrell player going first, as we said. In the Great Hall and Rose Garden, we got Renly out there. Finally a military icon and a big body at that.
Gold draw card.
And he's going to trigger the High Tower, of course. Getting a gold, drawing a card. That's what Tyrell does. Tyrell player is still in the lead. And we have, I believe, Sir Colin and Green Pools. And 2 gold saved on the Tyrell side. Over to the Stark player. And he plays a Heart Tree Grove for his limited. And Frozen solid on Flea Bottom. So we got a Fealty Kneel here. And Wolves in the north. I believe they're the Wolves with Intimidate.
Cards in hand, sorry. 4.
Oh no, they have Stealth. No attachment stealth. Reaction after Wolves in the north bypasses the character using stealth. That character gets minus X strength to the end of the phase. X is the number of direwolf cards you control.
I will.
So right now are 2 out there. But either way, it's got stealth, and if Bran gets going, he's able to stand them and use the multiple stealth. Or stealth on multiple challenges. So I believe we're in challenges now. Tyrell player going for his challenges.
Cards in hand.
5.
Do an intrigue challenge.
So intrigue challenge will start here with the Scheming Septon for 2. Begging Brother could block. Sir Fossaway could block.
You would have no action window between this and yes. You could do it during the
Defend with a bigger number.
Begging Brother will block for 3. Is there any shenanigans out of Tyrell to buff strength here? I think he only has 2 gold saves, so you can't jump in that one that flips the top card and adds the plus X strength. High Tower Spy, I believe that is. But he's got Lord Renly's Ride, though. Plus 3.
Okay, go to
he wins 5-3. Has Intimidate.
That guy, he's no good, right?
Gets a great Jaw number.
Nobody gets to kneel, though.
So we can Intimidate 2. But with Brand being buffed to 3 there, and Arya also, they are not legal targets for Intimidate. So I don't know if that was the best use of a Lord Renly's Ride or not. I mean, he won an Intrigue challenge, but he had to chuck a card to do it, and just to get a card out of his opponent's hand, so it was kind of 1 for 1 there. But if he's planning on resetting his opponents, having less cards in hand is always good.
Bounce this guy?
And he's going to bounce the Scheming Septon, getting a gold, or 2 gold, drawing a card.
No? You could.
He knows his opponent can stealth him out here, so he might just go all in and either leave all his guys standing and hope to have stuff to defend, or just go all out on the offense and not worry about the stealth. But then again, he's giving that Stark player a lot unopposed. But he may be just trying to get power on his Renown bodies, maybe trying to draw cards off Insight. Might be more important for him.
Do power challenge?
Power challenge with Renly for 6.
I had it in my opening hand. I was like, wow.
Yeah, my game will all the games are all the same. Anything flags all the same. So if you see the white, then they're all the same.
And it looks like Arya's going to block the unopposed with 3.
Shenanigans.
So we get a power claim, we'll get Renown, we'll get Insight.
Insights. We know what it is. Try to react.
And he's going to try to trigger Renly here, but we may have the Bacon Brother cancel that.
5 cards right now, yep.
No, go ahead.
And he's going to allow it, so he'll draw an extra card.
Military challenge would be blocked and done.
So yeah, you could do a 1-strength military here.
No more challenge.
But yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. So that's it for Tyrell challenges. Over to the Stark player.
Pre-transactions?
Sure, I'm actually gonna take one. Ambush that guy in. 2 gold. React there.
So we got the ambush coming in, triggering Hightower. But,
Actually gonna bestow
but he
one.
has the bestow first, yes, which he will do.
React there.
And then Hightower reacts.
Yeah, you can.
So react there, draw a card.
So we're going to draw first, and then trigger the reaction off of the character that just came in there, the Old Town Informer. He's going to discard a card. We can't see what it is, but
Yeah, I don't need that one.
Maybe I'm playing PD also.
Well, now I'll regret it. Go ahead.
Alright. We'll go ahead and do military stealthing there.
so military
We'll react.
with the Wolves in the north, stealthing
Minus 2.
Sir Colin there.
Well, it's unopposed.
No defenders.
Shenanigans, unfortunately. Opposed.
So we didn't trigger Winterfell there to block Marjorie, but I don't think it's going to be Lord triggered anyway, or killed anyway. But no, it's not. It's the Old Town Informer.
And we'll do an intrigue.
And now an intrigue for 5 with Fossway.
Scan everybody, still get power through. Unopposed.
No shenanigans.
So no defenders.
Let's get something good.
And the Knight of Flowers on the intrigue claim there.
Yep.
And a Renown on Fossway. And a Stark player at 7 power. And the Tyrell player sitting at, looks like 8. Now, can you not use Bran here to stand the wolf? And
I think we're good.
but I don't think he's going to even do it.
Use the Northern Armory.
He is going to use the Northern Armory to stand Arya.
Power challenge.
And Bran and Arya coming in on a power challenge for 6.
Stopping column.
And Colin's going to be stealth.
And I guess we'll Winterfell it too.
And Winterfell trigger there to stop any shenanigans.
So,
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't just use... Didn't use Bran to stand the wolf. I mean, the Tyrell player does have a gold left, so he could add some extra strength there, I guess, but... Oh yeah, I guess Sir Colin, sorry, forgot about his plus 3 he gets. So yeah, I guess this is the right play that he had to do, but... Yeah, because the wolf is only 3. I don't know if he used it to reduce anyone's strength, though.
him standing.
He did stealth.
Oh, man.
Yeah, who did he stealth?
Block it. Use anyway. Unopposed.
Unopposed claim.
So no defenders, power claim. Well, when he realized he could use Bran on Summer,
And
also.
my challenges. You're done?
Looks like it.
Put it in card, you can get 2 military towns.
My hand is 5 to 6.
We're good. 5 to 6 as well. Oh, nope, we stayed bound.
The Wolves do get an extra plus strength off Winterfell, so I was a little confused there on why he chose to do it that way and use up the armory. It's interesting. Maybe I was missing something there.
Because you can have Bloody Rack, you can have the plot, then you can have Silver Steed, and Drogo.
So 9 power on the Stark side and 8 on the Tyrell side. Stark player is now in the lead.
No.
Marched.
And we've got King in the North on the Tyrell side into March to the wall on the Stark side.
Your choice, I believe.
You can go first.
And Stark player winning initiative, choosing the Tyrell player to go first.
Definitely March. This guy.
So Colin is getting March for sure, but who on the Stark side? It's going to be Summer, just so we can play another copy of Summer later. It's going to be Bran, because I think he's sitting on another copy of Bran in hand, I thought I saw earlier.
Yeah, it's a reaction to winning. Yeah, put it into my hand.
Obviously the Northern Armory not standing there because it's, as the text says, it can't stand. Tyrell player has a king in King Renly, so he's able to trigger all his business. He doesn't have to worry about the King in the North shutting him down, but on the other side there's no king.
Or March out of the way.
I can't kill him. So I'm not worrying about it.
Okay, I guess.
So Renly gets a dupe.
I'll fire him, but
Tap 1, tap 2, 1, 2,
We have a mace. Do we have mace? No, we have Leighton Hightower.
react.
And Hightower goes off, drawing a card, getting a gold.
5 money left.
Just heard Marc say yuck. I don't think he's been drawing all the cards he needs, you'd think, but he's just not seeing what he needs to see, I guess.
Card in shadow.
He's putting a card in shadows here.
Mystery card. Yeah.
I wonder who it could be. Probably the Scheming Septon.
Trap card.
No. Nobody knows what it is. 2. Hanging out. That's what we got.
4, 5, 6.
So over to the Stark player for marshalling. Tyrell player sitting on 3 gold. Now putting that card in shadows is a good investment. He's going to be able to draw another card off of High Tower and get another gold. If he brings it out during the challenge phase here.
Tumblestone Knight that I got back a long time ago.
And the Tumblestone Knight that AJ saying he got back a while ago off that summer trigger there.
Yeah, 5 cards in hand.
Yep.
I see a Milk of the Poppy in AJ's hand there. He's going to throw it out there on Renly, maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. Throwing it on Renly. He's not worried about Marge's ability. At least with Renly, you slow down Renown, card draw.
Northern Keep that we can't use.
And Northern Keep. And you hear AJ saying he can't use that. Can't trigger anything right now, so that's why he's not using any of the reducers. He's not going to be able to hit Winterfell. Can't even use the Begging Brother, actually. So Marge could trigger off Leighton Hightower. We could have Randall or Mace out there, most likely Mace.
Cards in hand now. You have 4.
But if you notice, AJ's board's pretty cheap. Lots of weenies. Get hit pretty hard off of first snow, but most likely he's playing Valardo Harris is what
I don't have any pre-challenge.
I would assume, and maybe he's holding off on it.
Uh,
And maybe he'll hit the Tyrell player with that next turn after he brings in a Mace, or maybe he's waiting for Mace, so then he'll get rid of Renly or Marge or Mace in that situation from the Valardo Harris. Very interesting to see how this game plays out here with the Stark deck. If it's able to handle this Tyrell Wars. Leighton went in on a challenge here. I'm not sure if it's Intrigue or Power.
Why don't you start?
that would make it easier. I will let you make him start this round, and you can have your mouth back. Fair trade.
Yeah, we'll defend with John.
Discard the 2.
I have no tricks.
So John Fossaway is going to block there
You got it.
and get a Renown. So I assume it was Intrigue. So Stark player is sitting on 10 power. He still has his challenges coming up, has some stealth on the board. So at this rate, I don't know if the Tyrell player is going to be able to stop this Stark deck from winning here. Unless he keeps some stuff back or has some ambush. We know he's got shadows, so he's able to block some unopposed possibly, but I don't know if they have really any military icons that can come out of shadows or ambush, so. And right now, Renly's the only military icon standing.
Do that and see what it gets.
And it sounds like he's debating bringing the card to the shadows here just to hit the high tower. And it's a scheming acceptance, surprise.
React to the gold, draw a card.
Got the high tower golden card there.
So they do power. Making use of some icons.
To be fair, I didn't tech heavily.
Do a power challenge.
He's going to do a power challenge with March for 5.
Oh, yeah.
And block with the Tumblestone Knight and the Begging Brother, which looks like is what he's going to do there. Defend for 6.
Got it.
And he stuffs it.
That's what I got.
Mill left?
I have mill left, and I'm going to forego doing it.
So it sounds like no military. Over to the Stark player for his challenges.
None.
Do a power challenge.
So power challenge, Arya, stealthing, Renly.
Well, we will block.
So scheming acceptance is going to block the unopposed.
And I'll pass out.
And he's not going to do the military, of course. Doesn't want March triggering here.
Action, we have 6 cards.
Might be triggering the scheming septon here.
6, 10. Oh yeah, I'll do 4. 6, 7, 8. You get done.
Oh, dominance to the Starks. No latent trigger there in dominance.
My hand's good on 6.
Drop someone in. That's interesting. Oh, I guess he was already knelt, so he couldn't do it. He stood in standing. Duh. My bad. Stark players, AJ there has chosen his plot really quickly with authority. He's got a plan.
It was John, man.
Smelling of Velardo Harris. That's what I'm thinking.
John be doing
He's going to give some VD to his opponent.
I can see why you run him.
Good and Stark.
First snow into breaking ties, actually. There's that first snow I was talking about earlier. That could hurt the Stark player's board quite a bit, but not really too much. I mean, Arya's got the dupe, but she'll lose that military icon. Wolves in the north will stick around, so we'll Foss away.
You can go first.
But it might make it hard for AJ to put anything else in play, since he seems to be playing a lot of cheap characters. Maybe he's drawn into something bigger, like a Robb Stark or a Catelyn or something, but Eddard Stark maybe. I don't even know if he's playing those guys. We'll see. But the breaking ties is an action. You can do it twice in the round, so you could trigger them before. You could trigger them before the first snow.
I have so much money. So much money.
So with more winter plots being in play there, he's actually getting money off the northern keep there, the 2 gold or whatever.
So you can pop.
So Marc's understanding who can be popped to return what back to hand.
Yep.
So he
No,
can.
sticking around, though.
He's got the 2 wolves that are loyal, so he can sack them to put Leighton back in hand.
At least till he's now.
That's the only target he can really hit. But I mean, might as well do it with Summer. But then again, Summer back in hand after first snow is not the worst thing in the world. Bring her back out and get something else back to hand.
Tap that. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And Sir Gylan Tyrell, he is a target for breaking ties. He also gets past first snow, being at 4 cost. Got the high tower trigger there, of course. Card in Shadows. Shadows gets around first snow quite nicely. Just like Ambush always has.
That's what we got.
And that's going to be it for the Tyrell player. Marc, he's going to sit on 2 gold there. Over to AJ for his marshalling.
Grab 2.
6 gold. Gets 2 off his Northern Keep. Which I'm sure isn't turned on very often, but always felt bad for Stark getting that location with all the summer plots everywhere, but looks like it's doing all right in this game here. Another 2 off another Northern Keep. Let's reduce that one off Fealty and the Archery Grove there to get in for free. So now he's working with 10 gold. Are we going to see some big bodies hit the board here? He is going to sack Summer there and put Leighton back in hand. Could play another cheap loyal character. Maybe he's got the Bear Island Loyalist or something in there that he can put into play and then sack that to send Garland back to hand. Has this first snow really stumped this Stark deck here or not? Let's see. There's Summer. He's just going to get a card back in hand. And then he can do it again. Breaking Ties. Another copy of Summer. Yep, there's Garland back in hand. Okay. And Brand's in play. With a dupe. Okay, that makes sense. So he'll stick around. And he's got, what's his Jory Cassell? And the Winter is Coming was the dupe under Arya. And Brand's dupe will go away there to keep him in play. So Stark board's looking pretty good, actually, after that first snow. Tyrell board, not so much after that Breaking Ties hit him good there.
Bring a guy out of shadows. Surprise!
So brings a card out of shadows, going to trigger the High Tower.
So flabbergasted.
How many of those guys have shown up today? So if I do any challenge, you're still 3 away. Unopposed. Dead.
So yeah, 3 power away from winning the Stark player is, as you just heard the Tyrell player say. So he's a little worried about doing challenges on his side.
Gross, breaking ties, turn.
Yeah, the Breaking Ties hit him hard.
Dead to me. 3 power for you.
So he's got Arya with the stealth on the power icon there. He's got Bran that's able to stand those wolves and give him an extra icon. He's got Fossaway with Renown.
Stealth. Triple stealth. I don't think I can afford to do anything. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's passed his challenges on the Tyrell side over to the Stark player. Just going to try to block some unopposed, maybe get some Renown on defense, just try to slow the Stark player down, prevent him from winning this turn.
Or something? I don't think I do. Stick it unopposed. So yeah. We'll go ahead and do a military.
He's going to do a military, stealthing Renly, trying to get an unopposed power out of it.
We're going to get the unopposed and chill. I have to get something out of my deck.
Yeah, he'll show up again.
Or you could just save Renly.
I could save Renly. Who's in there that I would want in this case?
So the Winterfell can't shut down the Tyrell player right now since First Snow Winter. Is obviously a winter plot. Surprise. So he's able to trigger stuff this turn. So he's able to use Marjorie if he wants. Off of Renly. Dying. Gets rid of that milk and gets a character out there he can use.
What's unopposed?
So no defenders. Is he going to save Renly here or kill him?
I guess if I do the 2.
Now you doubled it up.
Yeah, he's going to do the dupe.
Here. Now it's on your guy. Bug token.
Got him.
So you got the unopposed.
They're going to chase a fly around on the board here and try to kill him, but the fly had stealth and was able to sneak by them for a couple minutes there.
Finally, that king plot actually does something for you. Okay.
I think he's debating using Bran here. think he's gotta try to get Foss away in on a challenge here to get some renown on him. Maybe try to win the power challenge using Arya's stealth somehow here. You can use Bran to stand that wolf with stealth, give him a power icon. Maybe he's going to try to win dominance too.
Well, power stealthing Renly.
He's going to power stealth Renly.
4, 7.
Yeah, 7 strength. And there's only 7 standing. There's a gold there though. Could have some other shenanigans to raise strength. He's debating popping the Scheming Septon. Can help get him some gold to maybe pay for that ambushing Hightower Spy, possibly. Can use that to block with Margie or come in and use her reaction to get some extra strength.
7. Trigger this guy.
He is going to trigger the Scheming Septon. Let's see what happens here. Can't do Hightower. He already did that off him coming in from shadows. So he's going to... So he's got the 2 gold. He's drew a card off the Scheming Septon. He's on the top of the deck. Now does he have something to ambush in here? Or something to buff some strength? Or both? Hightower Spy, just like I thought. 3 gold. It's going to reveal the... Yeah, can't do Hightower, like I said. He's already triggered it. Let's see what he gets. Top card off the deck. What is it? Surprise. +2. Scheming Septon on Marjorie there. And he's going to block for 9. Should get a renown on Marjorie. He's going to give an intrigue to the dog. Stand him up. And stealth on Margie is unopposed and renown. And he's going to call it. And that's it. Congrats to AJ on the win there. Thanks for both players for playing on camera. Very interesting to see a Stark deck crushing it there. But yeah, we got more coming up, so make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel. Still posting lots of Gloomhaven videos. Go check that game out if you haven't. #1 game on Board Game Geek. And either way, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys.